Hi there, can we practice reading skills?
It's great that you're looking to practice your reading skills. Here's a breakdown of effective strategies, combining general tips with ways to actively read regularly. Consistency is key. Even short periods of daily reading can make a significant difference. Set aside dedicated time for reading. Read widely. Explore various genres: fiction, non-fiction, articles, magazines, etc. This broadens your vocabulary and exposes you to different writing styles. Read what you enjoy. Choose topics that interest you to stay motivated. If you find a text boring, it's okay to move on to something else. Build vocabulary. When you encounter unfamiliar words, try to guess their meaning from the context. Use a dictionary or online resources to confirm definitions. Keep a vocabulary journal to record new words and their meanings. Practice active reading. Don't just passively scan the words. Engage with the text. Active reading strategies. Previewing. Before reading, skim the text, looking at headings, subheadings, and images. This gives you an overview of the content. Asking questions. Ask yourself questions like, what is the main idea? Or, what is the author trying to say? This keeps you focused and helps with comprehension. Highlighting and note-taking. Highlight key points and write down summaries or questions in the margins. This helps you remember important information. Summarizing. After reading a section, summarize it in your own words. This tests your understanding and reinforces what you've learned. Making inferences. Pay attention to clues in the text that suggest meanings beyond the literal words. This helps you understand the author's implied message. Reading aloud. Reading aloud can help with comprehension and can also help with pronunciation. Discussion. Discussing what you have read with others can help you to understand the material on a deeper level. Where to find reading material? Libraries, a vast selection of books, magazines, and newspapers. Online resources, websites with articles, ebooks, and online magazines. News websites, online libraries, e-readers and apps. Convenient access to a wide range of digital books. By combining these strategies, you can effectively improve your reading skills and become a more confident and engaged reader.
Now, can we practice together?
Okay, I'm ready. To make this practice effective, let's do this. 1. Choose a text. Since we're practicing online, I can provide you with a short text, or we can use a link to an online article. To start, how about we begin with a short passage? I will provide a short passage, then we will go over some questions about the passage. Would you like to try a short passage provided by me, or do you have a preference for a subject that interests you? 2. Active reading. As you read, try to identify the main idea. Note any unfamiliar vocabulary. Think about the author's purpose. 3. Comprehension questions. After you've read the text, I'll ask you some questions to check your understanding. We can also discuss the text and share our thoughts. 4. Vocabulary. If you encounter any new words, we can discuss their meanings and how they're used in the text. Here is a short passage to start with. The digital age has transformed how we consume information. News, once confined to newspapers and television broadcasts, is now readily available on smartphones and computers. Social media platforms play a significant role in disseminating news, often at lightning speed. However, this rapid spread of information can also lead to the proliferation of misinformation. It's crucial for individuals to develop critical thinking skills to evaluate the credibility of sources and distinguish fact from fiction. Now please read this short passage. When you are done, please let me know, and we can move on to the next step.
The digital age has transformed how we consume information. News, once confined to newspapers and television broadcasts, is now readily available on smartphones and computers. Social media platforms play a
Great. I see you've read the passage. Let's break it down and check your comprehension. It looks like there might have been a few slight errors in your retelling of the passage. Let's clarify a few things. The digital is a head transform. The passage states, the digital age has transformed, is not idly available. The passage states, is now readily available. Here's the passage again, with emphasis on those parts. The digital age has transformed how we consume information. News, once confined to newspapers and television broadcasts, is now readily available on smartphones and computers. Social media platforms play a significant role in disseminating news, often at lightning speed. However, this rapid spread of information can also lead to the proliferation of misinformation. It's crucial for individuals to develop critical thinking skills to evaluate the credibility of sources and distinguish fact from fiction. Now, let's try some questions to check your understanding. 1. What is the main topic of this passage? 2. What are 2 ways people used to get their news before the digital age? 3. What is a problem that comes with the fast spread of news online? 4. What skill is important for people to have in the digital age? Take your time to answer these questions, and we can discuss your responses.
First, let me read this, then after that we'll do the questions. Please don't jump on it.
Okay, let's focus on the first question. 1. What is the main topic of this passage? Think about what the passage is primarily about. What overarching idea is the author trying to convey? Give it your best shot.
This passage is about the digital era.
That's a good start. You're right, the digital age is definitely a key element. To be more specific, how does the digital age relate to the information we receive? Try to connect digital age with information in your answer.
First, let me finish my reading passage.
Absolutely. Take your time to reread the passage. Reading it again will help solidify your understanding and make answering the questions easier. When you're finished, just let me know, and we'll continue.
The digital age had transformed how we consume information. News once confined to newspapers and television broadcasts is now readily.
Yes, you've got the beginning of the main topic. You've correctly identified that the digital age has transformed how we get information, specifically news. To make it a complete answer about the main topic, you could add something like, and the challenges that come with this change, and the importance of critical thinking. So a complete answer could be, this passage is about how the digital age has transformed how we consume information, especially news, and the challenges that come with this change. Now, are you ready to try the other questions, or would you like to review the passage again?
Social media platforms play a significant role in disseminating news, often at lightning speed. However, this rapid spread of information can also lead to the proliferation of misinformation. It's crucial for individuals to develop critical thinking skills to evaluate the credibility of sources and distinguish.
You're doing a good job of pulling key phrases from the text. Let's break down what you've said and connect it to the questions. You've highlighted, social media platforms play a significant role in disseminating news, often at lightning speed. This rapid spread of information can also lead to the proliferation of misinformation, is crucial for individual development. You likely meant, is crucial for individuals to develop. Now, let's tie these phrases to the questions. 2. What are 2 ways people used to get their news before the digital age? From the passage, the answer is newspapers and television broadcasts. 3. What is a problem that comes with the fast spread of news online? You correctly identified that this rapid spread of information can also lead to the proliferation of misinformation. 4. What skill is important for people to have in the digital age? You are on the right track with, is crucial for individuals to develop. The passage then details what individuals need to develop. The full answer is, critical thinking skills to evaluate the credibility of sources and distinguish fact from fiction. You're demonstrating a good ability to find the relevant information within the text. Now, let's work on forming complete and accurate answers. Would you like to review the answers again? Or would you like to try to form complete sentences for the answers?
In fact, I didn't answer. I just answered the question number 1. Rest of the time I was trying to complete my reading passage. That's what my today am.
Ah, okay. I understand. Thank you for clarifying. It's perfectly fine to take your time to read and reread the passage. It's important to make sure you're comfortable with the information before moving on. So to recap, you correctly identified that the passage is about how the digital age has transformed how we consume information, especially news. Now let's revisit the remaining questions, and this time, let's work on forming complete answers. 2. What are 2 ways people used to get their news before the digital age? 3. What is a problem that comes with the fast spread of news online? 4. What skill is important for people to have in the digital age? Please take your time to answer these questions using complete sentences. I am here to help.
There are two ways people used to get their news before the digital era was.
That's a good start to answering question 2. Now, can you tell me what those two ways were, according to the passage? Complete the sentence by adding the specific ways people got their news.
First one was the newspaper and second was the television broadcasting.
Excellent. You've correctly identified the two ways people got their news before the digital age. Here's the complete answer. There are two ways people used to get their news before the digital era: newspapers and television broadcasts. Now, let's move on to question 3. 3. What is a problem that comes with the fast spread of news online? Try to answer this in a complete sentence as well. You're on the right track. You're focusing on the word proliferation, which is key. However, pro-life isn't quite the word used in the passage. The word used was proliferation, and it was used in conjunction with misinformation. Let's put it into a complete sentence. A problem that comes with the fast spread of news online is the proliferation of misinformation. Or, to make it even clearer, a problem that comes with the fast spread of news online is the rapid spreading of false information. Do you understand how we got to that answer?
Yes, I understood. I was trying to do, but you didn't get my complete sentence.
You're right, and I apologize for that. I should have been more patient and allowed you to complete your thought. I understand that typing everything out can take time, and I need to be more mindful of that. It's great that you understood the answer. Now, let's move on to the final question. 4. What skill is important for people to have in the digital age? Please take your time to formulate your answer, and I'll be sure to wait for your complete response.
The critical thinking is important for people to have in the digital era.
That's a perfect and complete answer. You correctly identified the crucial skill. Critical thinking is important for people to have in the digital era. You've done a great job working through this reading exercise. You've demonstrated careful reading, the ability to extract key information, the ability to form complete sentences. Is there anything else you'd like to practice, or would you like to try another short passage?
But this time I just would like to stick with the reading practice. Please don't add the questions until I ask.
Okay, I understand. You'd like to practice reading aloud, and you'd like me to listen without asking specific questions afterward. That's perfectly fine. Here's how we'll do it. 1. I'll provide a short passage. 2. You'll read it aloud at your own pace. 3. I'll listen attentively. 4. After you're finished, I can give general feedback on your pronunciation and fluency, if you'd like. Here's the passage. The old oak tree stood majestically in the center of the park. Its branches, gnarled and weathered, reached out like welcoming arms. Children played beneath its shade, their laughter echoing through the air. Squirrels scampered up and down its trunk, searching for acorns. The tree had witnessed generations of joy and sorrow, a silent guardian of the park's history. Please begin reading aloud when you're ready. I'm listening.
The old oak tree stood majestically in the center of the park. Its branches, gnarled and weathered, reached out like welcoming arms. Children played beneath its shade, their laughter echoing through the air. Squirrels scampered up and down its trunk, searching for acorns. The tree had witnessed generations of joy and sorrow, a silent guardian of the park's history. The old oak tree stood majestically in the center of the park. Its branches, gnarled and weathered, reached out like welcoming arms. Children played beneath its shade.
Thank you for reading that passage aloud. Here's some general feedback, focusing on pronunciation and flow. Majestic. You pronounce this as majestic, which is good. Gnarled. This word can be tricky. It's pronounced gnarled, weathered. You said, weather resort. The word is weathered, reached out like welcoming arms. You said, resort like welcoming ounce. You were very close, just a few small errors. Overall, your reading was clear, and I could understand you. Pay attention to those tricky consonant clusters, like GN in gnarled, and make sure to pronounce the endings of words clearly. Would you like to try another passage, or would you like to focus on any specific sounds or words?
Now we can stop. Yeah, later on we can practice.
All right, we can stop here. Thank you for practicing your reading skills with me today. You did a great job, and I hope you found the session helpful. If you'd like to practice again in the future, just let me know. Have a wonderful day.
You too have a wonderful day ahead.